Issue 47, Stormbringer magazine. A nice new terrain piece with the Nexus siphon. Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games, and today we're going to be doing issue 47 of our continuing series of Hachette Collection's Warhammer Stormbringer magazine, and this issue comes with the Nexus Siphon, which is a really interesting piece of terrain. It also touches a little bit on the Disciples of Tzeentch and tells you more about the battlefield in Shaman. So the Disciples of Tzeentch obviously work for Tzeentch, who will be kind of the god of illusion and trickery and kind of scheming and plots and plans, but predominantly magic. There's 4 different types of bad guys that would work with them. You'd have the mutants, you'd have the cultists, which would be the humans that are in service to Tzeentch. You have the sorcerers, which are, well, they have tons of eyes. They would use magic. They could have been human once, but it would have been twisted and turned by magic into kind of hideous, horrible looking things. And you have the demons. So you can see here you've got the pink horror at the bottom and the blue horrors at the top. And it's well known that if you kill the pink horror, it splits into 2 blue horrors. And if you kill a blue horror, it splits into 2 yellow horrors. And as a former Tzeentch player, it used to be one of my favorite things about the game was that it was like whack-a-mole. As soon as my pink horror was killed, I had twice as many blue horrors, and as soon as my blue horrors were killed, I had twice as many yellow horrors. So a very fun, kind of annoying little thing to throw at your opponents. It gives you some more information here about the battlefield in Shaman, kind of what the realm looks like, what the kind of terrain styles could be if you want to kind of play a game there. And you have the Nexus Siphon itself. So it would be a piece of arcane architecture, and these kind of pieces of terrain will inform the battlefield. It can be things that you fight over and kind of actually influence things within them. So basically, they're crucial to the safety of the cities of Sigmar, and they're founded by the Stormbringer Crusades. These magical wellsprings sit within the settlement, harnessing and reinforcing the power of the ley lines upon the which the city is built. The siphon hums and crackles with arcane geomantic energy as it draws power up from deep in the earth, and amid a corona of blue-white light, the siphon channels its power outwards to the guardian idols that stand vigil along the city walls. The idols use this power to form a spiritual boundary that turns back the demons and ghosts who haunt the wastelands outside of the city. So this could be if one of the forces of Nagash or destruction managed to get their way into a city far enough that they could actually destroy or occupy one of these things. It could lead to the fall of a city and lead to some fun little narrative campaigns for you. You have here kind of a roll-off for some of the sites of power and the Sigmar's boon that would kind of give to some of these things. You have here the how to build guide. Now be careful when you're building it, because there are 2 distinct different legs, because it's on top of a base, so be careful when you're putting together that you put it together in order. Otherwise, it's not a very complicated build, but nevertheless, just be careful as you're putting it together. You have a how to paint guide, but also because you have some more paints, it gives you a little bit more again on some of the prior terrain that you got and touching them up a little bit more. So, such as the skulls, the fountains, the treasure chests, and things like that. That it gives you a little bit. That it gives you a little bit more of a finishing touch to projects if you're following the paint guide here fastidiously. You have, of course, the 7th battle plan, which is the Realm Scout, the Fountain of Magic, again with different army options and different kind of plays. So it allows you to use some bits of your terrain and new parts of the factions in the army, and something to kind of fight over in your actual games. So with no further ado, let's have a look at the terrain piece itself. Now, like I said, it was easy to kind of build, but be wary of the legs, because as you can see here, one leg is literally longer than the other 3. So it does go together in a certain way. These heads here are all adorned, so there's a lot of kind of repeating build, but nevertheless, it's a really cool, fun looking thing. But now you don't have to kind of paint it in white. You can paint it in whatever color you want. But as you can see, it's using another mini for scale, that it does stand up quite a little bit, and it is a commanding presence on the actual table. A fun little thing to paint, quite enjoyable. There's lots of little detail here. So if you want to, for example, I tried to highlight different parts of the crystal here. You can highlight different parts of the faces here with the chain coming down. You have, of course, the orb of magic here in the middle. You have lots of terrain underneath it, such as skulls and things like that. Not that you would ever really see it, but nevertheless, if you like to go the extra mile, you have the top. So a really cool little terrain piece that is literally the heart of any city's defense. And that's what you get in issue 47 of Stormbringer magazine. So as always, if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, good luck, God bless, and see you for issue 48.